28-year-old Brodie Bond admits she's made mistakes, but none bigger than blowing her father's inheritance of more than $200,000 on clothes and drugs.
And I've been so caught up in my job, didn't see what's going on.
Not every day you get that much money.
They say money doesn't buy happiness. And that's certainly the case for Brodie Bond. Her $220,000 inheritance bought her a world of pain.
Destroyed my life.
She used the vast majority of the money to buy drugs.
So out of that money, probably $150,000 went to ice in less than a year. You never know what could go with that.
She shopped up a storm too.
Where were you shopping?
All the big clothes shops, Supray, JJ's, Best and Less, Kmart.
Then there were the big ticket purchases.
And I bought a car.
What happened to that car though?
I crashed it.
The 28-year-old, in spectacular fashion, has blown a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity.
And you could have been buying a house.
Yeah. Yes, I could have been buying a house.
Life is all about you.
To think Brodie wasn't even meant to inherit the cash. She and her father were estranged, and Brodie was left with nothing when he died. But she contested the will and won.
I probably bought a slab of Jacks to celebrate, why not?
A slab of Jack Daniels and a lot of vodka.
All the times that you ain't in my parade.
Here she is partying with a friend after the cash hit her account. Justin Bieber playing in the background, a bong in the foreground, and shot after shot of hard liquor.
And I didn't want to write a song, 'cause I didn't want to thinking I still care, but don't.
This all under the watchful eye of a picture of dear old Dad on the wall. But now the party's well and truly over for Brodie. She's got next to nothing.
Hundreds of thousands of dollars down the drain.
Yep.
He obviously wrote a will in good faith, hoping that money would be distributed fairly.
Finance guru Scott Haywood says contested estates is the fastest growing issue in the courts right now.
A lot of older Australians have a lot more wealth in property and superannuation than younger Australians, and that is why wills are being contested more and more, because they're after their parents' wealth.
And Brodie certainly made the most of that wealth when she received the cash windfall in June 2016, forking out $150,000 on drugs, mostly ice, in just over 6 months. She would buy the deadly substance for her mates.
If they got free drugs, that was all cool.
So you were paying for everyone's drugs?
Yeah. I was everyone's best friend.
So you were spending money at an unbelievable rate?
Yeah. Every time I'd go into a shop, I'd spend JJ's and all that, $500 each time.
Just in JJ's?
Yeah. I had to have, like, you know, one of everything.
Whatever anyone does with their inheritance is entirely up to them, and it's unfortunate that she's lost hers.
Brodie had only dabbled with ice in the past, but after receiving the money, she became a full-blown addict.
The addictive nature of it is just horrendous for so many people.
Independent State MP Russell North is the member for Morwell, the Victorian town where Brodie lives. He's proud of his community and loves it, but acknowledges the issue of drug dependency in the area runs deep, as revealed in the first part of this investigation, where we met entire families, including grandmothers and a heavily pregnant woman, who were all addicted to ice.
Minister, a recent episode of A Current Affair highlighted...
That story led to the MP raising the issue in Parliament.
So, Minister, my question is, what measures is the government taking to improve support for people within the Latrobe Valley and their families in dealing with the scourge of drug and alcohol abuse? When the story first ran on A Current Affair about the stories of those particular people, I mean, it's very sad, but the fact is we can't pull the wool over our eyes and suggest that we don't have a problem.
It's personal for North. A member of his own family has battled ice addiction.
The kids are good kids and they're in there somewhere, but once they start taking this drug, it's just such a hard, long slog for so many people and so many families.
Brodie had the chance to start a new life. Instead, she chose ice. And if she had wanted to seek treatment, she would have had to travel all the way to suburban Melbourne for residential rehabilitation.
There's simply not the places available. The cost is an imperative for many people that they simply can't afford.
The good news is, Brodie says she's learned her lesson. After seeing a doctor, she also claims she hasn't used ice since January, and she's been applying for jobs.
I'm happy and I'm free of drugs and in a different environment and lifestyle, even though I'm in Morwell.
It's a big achievement to kick the drugs. We wish Brodie well on the job front, and she's also looking to enrol in a florist course.